Hello and welcome back to another episode of What's the Deal? My name is Jack from Edwards & Towers, and today we're going to be discussing a new beachfront community of branded apartments and villas located only 30 minutes away from Dubai Marina. Hello Myles.
Good morning, Jack. How are you?
Very well. Thanks for joining me today.
You're welcome. I feel like I'm on vacation at the moment.
I know it's pretty special. Every client that has come to this area has felt the same. I mean, we were here when? When was the last time we were here?
October 2022. There was a lot of sand, a lot of ocean front. I remember us putting a drone up in the air and we were talking about a luxury villa community that was launching. It sold incredibly well back then.
Yeah.
And I anticipate that, what's coming up here is going to do exactly the same. But before we get to that, where are we exactly?
So, no exaggeration, we are only, I drove from the office this morning in Marina Plaza and it took me 35 minutes. We are just past Gantoot, heading south over the Abu Dhabi border. That's really important because this place to me over the last 3 or 4 years has always been a hidden gem. Everybody that I've spoken to is always extremely surprised of when I actually tell them about this project. And everybody that comes here and visits is completely blown away of what's actually happening down here. It's really, really exciting.
Because if you're from Dubai, normally you look north. Normally you look Ras Al Khaimah, you look Oman, or if you're looking south, you go straight to Abu Dhabi. There hasn't really been too much sort of in between Dubai and Abu Dhabi to get anyone's attention, really.
No, you're completely right. And because most of the market, obviously the Dubai brokers are focused on Dubai developers, there's a lot of noise in Dubai just about those developments and it gets pushed extremely hard and everybody, as soon as a launch happens, everybody's heard about the project because there's thousands of brokers talking about it to clients. Whereas because we're just over the border here, effectively we're in Abu Dhabi and therefore the Abu Dhabi brokers aren't necessarily talking to many Dubai clients. So, but that said, in terms of convenience, this is still probably classed as Dubai. I mean, it takes me 45 minutes to drive home to Dubai Hills of an evening from the marina because of traffic. It would be a shorter travel duration for me to commute living here if I was working in Dubai at the moment, just because it's straight down Sheikh Zayed Road. So super convenient. And obviously the benefits of being so close to the beach, on the beach in some circumstances for some of these villas that are launching now, if you want to get away from kind of the hustle and bustle of the city, but not be too far away, this is really it for you.
Yeah. So look, in case you're wondering where we are, we're in Al Jurf, right? Which is a little bit past Gantoot. Gantoot's always been thought of as the end of Dubai, really. And Al Jurf is now essentially the start of Abu Dhabi. So we're right on the border here. Now, if you are a Dubai resident and that's where you spend your week, that's where you work, you want to live somewhere with beachfront access, you haven't got a lot of options these days.
No.
But there is some luxury areas that are set back from the beach, Emirates Hills, District 1. If you live in these luxury villa areas, the one thing that you're probably missing is access to a private beach on the weekend.
Absolutely. Unless it's obviously, man-made and a lagoon, which is completely different. But even Palm Jumeirah, the beaches there, it doesn't feel like you're on a natural beach, right? There's no waves, it's all stagnant water. If you draw a line, traditionally in the Dubai real estate market, everybody wanted to be as close to Sheikh Zayed Road as possible, okay? When Arabian Ranches launched back in the day to the large expat community, it was deemed as being really far out because it was other side of Al Khail Road. But now we've obviously filled in the land for luxury developments, like you mentioned, District 1, Dubai Hills at the back, in particular, super luxury there. And then even the older Emirates living communities like Lakes, Meadows, they're so close to Sheikh Zayed Road. When you go over Sheikh Zayed Road, Oceanside, obviously you can't buy in Jumeirah, but you're talking ultra luxury villas there, mostly on the islands. You're going down from Port de la Mer, even Pearl Jumeirah, all the way down past down to Jumeirah Bay. Then you're hitting obviously Palm Jumeirah. all of those areas for villas are, a typical unrenovated garden home now on the Palm is 30 million dirhams for a 4-bedroom. 6,500 square feet at best. So yeah, if you look at a villa oceanside of Sheikh Zayed Road, you can't really get anything for. I mean, even Sur La Mer, which is a townhouse in Jumeirah, Port de la Mer area, they're like 24 million now. So the entry point to access that location being so close to the proximity of a beach, it's really difficult, and that's why this development in particular is so exciting.
Exactly. So I want to say thanks to Ohana, the developer, for welcoming us down here today.
Yep.
Ohana is going to be developing some incredible villas on the plot of land that we are now sitting in. Maybe, if you don't mind, walk us through the master plan. Walk us through what this is going to look like.
Okay, so Ohana are well renowned for branded luxury residences. They've also done El Isab in Abu Dhabi. And where we're sat today is we're about a 2-minute walk from the beach in this particular villa, which is the first phase of their luxury villas that they're handing over. This villa in particular is actually handing over in the next couple of weeks. They're just finishing some snagging for a client. But where we are sat effectively in a piece of land surrounded by a natural canal, which has been dug out now. So that is obviously flushed through from the ocean water, and we're really close to where the site is of where the apartments are going to be, which is the Jacob & Co. branded luxury apartments. There is probably the most outstanding duplex sky villas on those buildings, but there's 2 apartment buildings available. Starting for a 1-bedroom is around 3 million dirhams, right on the beach, in obviously a branded residence. That's so affordable. You look at anything comparable. Obviously, investors always look at comparables, or good investors do. And if you look at something like Bulgari, branded on a private beach, with a marina so close by, the starting price is there now for a 1-bed is 8.5 million.
And let's touch on Jacob & Co. just for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the ultimate luxury lifestyle watch brand these days in terms of collaborations that they do with celebrities. I saw Tom Brady at the Super Bowl, best quarterback of all time. I've seen Ronaldo wearing more than $1 million on his wrist. I've seen The Rock wearing a Tahitian creation through Jacob & Co. And it's not just male celebrities either. It's females. Rihanna, Beyonce, everyone seems to be latching on to the Jacob & Co. brand. And why would you not want to live in a Jacob & Co. branded apartment or branded villa?
Yeah, and obviously the designs of the apartments, therefore, are going to be extremely special. This project is going to be geared up towards obviously a high net worth demographic, and the proximity not only of the residences to the beach, but the private island, which is going to be the first health and wellness resort in the UAE, which is branded by Shah, which is a famous international brand. So collectively with Jacob & Co. and the health and wellness brand, it's going to definitely drive a clientele of international buyers. A lot of Europeans will be looking at this, maybe as a holiday home in Dubai, or in the UAE rather, but accessing Dubai only 30 minutes away to get all of the luxury restaurants and shopping just on your doorstep.
And what else is interesting is you've got Palm Jebel Ali as well, which is obviously in the Dubai Emirate, but just down the road.
But it's between, between us,
just down the road, and there's obviously going to be super luxury villas there as well. So this whole corridor from Dubai pushing south towards Abu Dhabi is really going to be the focal point of leisure, of recreation, of a weekend retreat for a lot of people who do want to maybe not get on a flight and fly anywhere for the weekend, but maybe just want to step away from the hustle and bustle of Dubai, or Abu Dhabi for that matter, and really find a peaceful enclave where they can still live a luxury lifestyle, but only 20, 30 minutes away from where their maybe main residence is located.
Exactly. I mean, the couple of sales that we've done have been that clientele. They were European. They were residents in Dubai. You know, working in DIFC, wanted their kids, most importantly, to have what they had in Europe of growing up in the countryside or having that on their doorstep, and being able to access that only 30 minutes away is incredible and a huge selling point. So. That, and also the fact that the pricing isn't ludicrous, whereas a lot of these launches are.
So let's touch on some of the bigger stuff that Ohana is doing with Jacob and Co. We've got some 5-bedrooms, some 6-bedrooms, all the way up to some 7-bedroom mansions. And as you mentioned, not price restrictive for a lot of people that are current residents of Dubai or internationally like to come here from Europe, the UK. They maybe have family, kids living out here in Dubai, and this is the place where they do want to hang out as a family. How big can they go in this project?
I mean, just to put it in perspective, so I'll put it on pricing first. Okay, so there are some 3-bedroom semi-detached villas that have launched. Obviously, you're in a nature reserve and just 2 minutes away from the beach. Their starting prices are around 6 million dirhams. Okay, that's the equivalent of, let's say, the acres from Maras. 3-bed there, starting 5.5. Completely different lifestyle, right? And then you've got the 4 and the 5 bedrooms. The 4 bedrooms are starting at 7, and the 5 bedrooms starting at 11. Again, just as a comparable, look at a garden home on the Palm, yeah. And but the lifestyle is much more exclusive. You've got still some wonderful amenities here. You're going to have a school built here as well, with a small mall. You've got a private marina, which would be great because on a weekend, if you're living in one of those villas, you can also harbour your boat in the marina to take out. And then you've got the hotel and the health and wellness resort just over the bridge onto the private island. So in terms of a price comparable, they're really affordable. You've got a 6-bedroom going up to around 12.5 million. And then some of those huge mansions right on the beach. So as you enter or exit your back garden, you're right on the beach. They're around 80 million, but they are special. Again, you don't have, it's not a public beach. It's only shared with a handful of villas. So it's going to be very private and exclusive, and obviously giving you that countryside feel of living. I mean, when you drive down the road, through those archways of trees, and you see the deer running around, it feels like you're definitely not in the UAE. Feels like you're in maybe somewhere in the Mediterranean, maybe in Greece. So that's. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this. I've been a fan of this community and this development or this whole area for the last 4 years. And when you actually come to visit here, you'll then understand it.
And if you just want to take a look at the Jacob and Co Instagram page, it's very possible that one of your neighbours in one of these mansions could be one of the celebrities that I mentioned before.
Yeah, I mean, some of the price tags on the pieces that they make, some of the watches. I mean, is it the Bugatti Chiron?
It is the Bugatti Chiron, yeah.
It's eye-watering.
It is.
And those designs are going to filter back through the properties as well. So it's going to have a very unique feel to the interiors, as well as the residences, the apartments. Yeah.
Right. Well, look, I'm going to go for a swim because the beach, as you mentioned at the start, is just there. What a place. Thrilled to be here. Again, a big thank you to Ohana for welcoming us here. We're very, very excited to see this Jacob & Co branded project come onto the market soon.
So just one final piece from me. We are actually running an open house for one of these villas where you can come down and have a full tour of the community and understand it for yourself. There is a lot going on here. There's a huge amount of construction happening. You can see it for yourself. And that will be published in the bio below this video. So Myles, thank you very much for joining me on an episode of What's the Deal. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again on another one. Thank you.